basically what I want to see in the market later on is Budtenders and all these sell reps that is all over the dispensary trying to put the cultivators work in the show. They be the new brands of New York City. Now because
they putting in the work.
I love everybody else from different states that came to New York and got branded here. But to me, the game where I want to see the game is like at least 3 or 4 of my Budtenders becoming a brand.
Yeah, that'll be
sell reps that they do their videos. They go into the stores and they go up to Buffalo, to Syracuse, and busting their ass to have these brands on the shelf on the dispensary. Those are the new brands that I want to see pop off in New York.
Because they building the market.
They building the market.
I like that.
They're the little people in the game to us, but they really the real people in the game, because if it's not because of the Budtenders, the sell reps, nothing will be moving. The farmers will be stuck in their farms and will be stuck with no work in the dispensary. So build your relationship with your Budtenders, with the sell rep. Like who's the one I'm gonna be working with? Oh look, you're gonna be working with Sophia or whatever. She's gonna be the sell rep for me. So have the bond with me, but make sure and that's what helped me, because I was already early with the hemp, going around meeting farmers, because most of these farmers that were doing hemp became actual cannabis farmers. So that's key. Your software and build your relationship with your processors and your cultivator that you feel you want to work at the very beginning, but still meet all of them. Like with me, I gave a lot of chances to remember, New York was brand new. Like you didn't know what brand was going to really pop off. No. So you came and I seen your vibe and I seen your work and I was like, listen, I'm going to just give you a chance. Give me 20 units of everything you got and I'm going to see how it sells. Don't just leave it up to my store that you got in the show. Now you got to put in work. Even though, marketing, advertising, all that was like in the tag with OCM, everybody was scared to do it. But you got to do something to let people know you are in my store. Don't just leave it up to my Budtender and me. Yeah. So you got to build that bond with the farmers.
Let me ask you a question. So you watching the market from the beginning, what do you feel about the quality of the work 9 months ago when you first started to now?
All right, we opened late October, mid-October, right? So basically, I was getting the last batch of 2022. So it was not the best. Like I could count maybe 1 or 2 at the time that was like, oh, okay, these brands are doing their thing. They know what they're doing. And remember, we had the stigma of, oh, New York is only outdoor.
Yes.
So I had that problem. So it was weird at the beginning seeing the work, like, yo, this is really what I gotta sell? Like, shit. Like, yo, you know what? Hey, John, Juanita, whoever you are, the farmers. I'm talking, like, yo, bro, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to move your work. And it was crazy because remember, once you take work, you think you're liable to pay back. I said, listen, I ain't paying you no invoices if your work don't sell. The most I could do is, if in 30 days your product didn't move 100%, I'll stay with it if you want. But I'm not responsible to pay it. So that became a problem, because then remember that reporting was OCM, if you don't pay, and for people to understand, it's a brand new market. How the hell you expect me to move a brand that nobody knows about? It just came out maybe, in paperwork, it probably came out 3 months ago, and maybe in the
market
bottle
came out a month ago.
You understand? So they didn't understand that. So I had a lot of discussion with a lot of farmers, like, yo, I cannot sell your work. Yo, I can't guarantee. 1, it's expensive. 2, it cannot compare to the streets. So it was tough. So comparing it to when I first started 9 months ago to now, it's getting way better. Like New Yorkers, I noticed a lot of farmers are collaborating with farmers from Cali, Colorado. So they bring in their skills in. Yeah. So it's getting better. Now more people are doing greenhouse facility. Like those who can't afford indoors, now they're letting the medical field, some cultivators work with us. So that helped too. Like, all right, I want to help every single local farm. And everybody knows that I try to put anybody in the brand. Any brand I try to put out, especially if you were New York based, I was putting you in the store. With a chance, let's see what you're going to do with your brand, and let me see what your product is going to do. Some didn't have the product to really, really be out there and be like, yo, I got it,
What product, not necessarily brand, but what product was kind of like surprising to you? Like, you know what I mean? Because I know everybody's New York, everybody goes for flour. But what other product did surprisingly good?
Gummies. In the sense, because remember, New York is, like you said, straight up flower guy. To this day, right now there's a drought flower. People don't understand that. In the legal game, there's a drought in flower right now. But gummy surprised me because at the beginning people wasn't like, nah. But now I need to have gummies all the time, and vapes too. For vapes, I kind of see it was on the move, but people knowing that it was outdoor weed being used for vapes, it was kind of complicated until people started try it, and some did and some just do it.
It's vapes, baby. Niggas, they do a little stew in them vapes and make it taste good anyway. It don't matter whether it's outdoor or indoor. They do a little.
Yeah, so but people that knew they didn't want to smoke it because it was all talk. New York is only outdoor. New York is only outdoor. So it was complicated too because now you got to convince people to actually, trust me, this is good. I smoked it. I was surprised myself. Right. So, and I got a team of smokers in my shop, so I have no worries about if the work is good or not. I got enough people to be like, after work, smoke all you want and let me know if that's a go for next week order.
Another part that people don't think about, which I heard in the barbershop that, you had to do and you did well, was to train these 32 people or whatever number of people it is now that you have to be prepared to be able to function and be compliant and et cetera and et cetera.
Okay. Yes. Oh, that's another thing I got to remind you guys and everybody else that's about to open. Start small with your staff. Because we started with a staff of 32 people. Imagine learning a software and at the same time trying to teach everybody else that software. At least the Budtender, it was easier because at the beginning, they didn't need to know the back office end, all that data entry, all that stuff. So you had to do the data entry in your back office. Make sure it was at least 90% right. Because there was a lot of misinformation. Put the name, put that as an eighth, by what company, what strain, and that's it. Simple. It was, like I said, remember, here's the key, open, and that's it. No time to really train, no time to really learn software, no time for nothing. So do back office and then go to the front and the cell floor and be like, listen, when you're looking for this, like, how can I put it? There's 1,000 strains, right? There's 1,000 strains. So let's say haze. Okay, but who haze is this? This is haze from Dank. This is haze from Hudson Cannabis. This is haze. So we'll put the name of the company that came from or the brand because remember, some cultivators, they got a brand. So some of them use their brand and their cultivation name the same. So it'll be, let's say Hudson Cannabis, Jealousy, whatever. It'll be Dank, Jealousy. So make sure that you know what brand you're giving the customer. Because just because you got haze, I got haze, who haze you selling? Oh, I'm selling you Ramon haze. I'm selling you Black haze. So it was just crazy. And then Budtender education, calling all the Budtenders, calling all the farmers, all the processors. Listen, I need Budtender education. Like I really need my Budtender to know what they're selling to the customers. Mm-hmm. So I remember it was so many of us that we'll have like 10 people on the floor and then like another 20 people, come in for Budtender training, learn the product. So going through all that, now it's a little bit more calm. And now, like, remember, a lot of farmers are changing from processors, and it's a lot of changes. Like some brands don't go with the same cultivators no more. Now they with a different cultivator or a different processor. So now you need to retrain because, all right, we're selling whatever brand we're selling, but you're not with the same farmer no more. So now let me know how this farmer's growing the weed. Let me know what he's doing. So now it's like a new retrain. Because a lot of people are brands are switching cultivators. So when that happens, like, all right, we got to retrain again.
This is the part that people don't see that, people just walk into your store and just think that it's just all magic, but there's a lot of back-end work to make that happen.
And then remember, New York was brand new, so that budget in the education was necessary. Because people knew about flower, they knew about different names, but they didn't know how it was grown. Indoor, outdoor, greenhouse,
just technical shit. What it smell like, right? Because you got to tell someone what it smell like, and you got to describe it, which means the terpenes, right? So it's like,
and even beyond that, what is really gonna do to me? Like people didn't, a lot of customers didn't understand. Because remember, when you went to the block, nobody actually was smoking indoor. Nobody actually was smoking outdoor.
You took what you got. You took what the
indica, sativa, hybrid, none of that.
They wasn't asking that. Now they come in, they're like, yo, what's your strongest sativa? THC. What's your what's your lowest? Because I don't want to be too high, but I want sativa.
Everybody's a scientist.
Yes. So all that got in the mix. Like, oh shit, hold up. Hold up, Budtender education. ¿Tú entiendes? And yo, you know, it's voluntary. Please come in. Like, it's gonna just better you being a better staff member in the shop, better bartender. People's gonna see you different. ¿Tú entiendes? Like, when you recommend something, it's because you know what you're talking about, because you got the education from that product. So when cultivators slack off and not giving our bartenders education, they they stuff got to be so good and the marketing got to be so good that the bartenders don't really need to put that much effort. But when you got something good but nobody knows about your stuff, how it got grown, you know, the bartender that's selling it to you, they won't be able to you know, talk to the customer and tell them, listen, esto es esto, this is that, indoor, que outdoor, que indica, que hybrid dominated with indica, que hybrid dominated with sativa. You know, because some people go in there like, yo, I want sativa. Yeah, and we ran out of old pure sativa, but I got a hybrid dominant sativa. Oh, well, what's, you know, it's like, it's a 50-50. Like, it can hit you in the head or it can hit you in the body. Even though it says sativa dominant, but it might just, your body that day might be like, yo, you know what, you're getting body high today. Even though there's a dominant sativa, but your high today is going to be a body high.
We all got different endocannabinoid systems and this shit. Exactly. It's everybody's different.
So it's like when people come in and be like, yo, Jeff, what do you think? I said, listen, man, I'm going to tell you the truth. I could smoke this right now, and I might get a different effect from what you're doing because your body totally different. And you could smoke it right now. Maybe you haven't ate right. And maybe you ate too much. So it's going to hit you different. So you might smoke it now and be like, this is whack. But then you smoke it an hour, 2 hours later, like, yo, hold up. I'm surprised. This is really good. The bartender actually told me the truth. In the end, it was just at the moment. So sometimes you got to tell people, not just because you come here and you want to ask for the highest THC level, yo, maybe the lowest one will do it to you because you got terpenes, you got cannabinoids, or you got all these other stuff that the cannabis plants brings that it might not hit you the same way it hit him.
Absolutely.
Him, me. So,
like, sour used to leave everybody up. For me, that shit used to put me to bed. Oh, that shit,
and that's why I like the sour, because sour I felt like it was an upper for me. Yeah, no. And then haze, mind you, haze was supposed to be an upper, and it was really a downer for me. That's like when I said, yo, Mo, you can't get me high, bro. I'll be here mute. Like I'll be focused, but I'll be mute.
It goes down to the boulevard, though.
So now you seeing like this transition from, you know, the 90s to Harlem to Dykeman to all the different haze, regular, all these different transitions and eras in New York. Now you're a legal operator, like in the 3-year-old market. Where do you see it at, like in 5 years from now, 10 years from now? Like, what do you see the New York legal market turning into?
New York is going to be like the haze was reigning for mad years. New York is going to reign for mad years.
Talk about it.
New York is going to be the market to come to, not only because we New York, everybody wants to come to New York. Like all the cultivators from all the states want to be in the New York market. New York is the thing. We always make it the thing in New York. So
the Mecca.
So I see it blowing up. We're going to be number one for many years. It might fade out later on, but we're going to be number one for a while. Once we get all these indoors and farmers really know what they're really doing, even if they're growing outdoor, we're gonna be top. You know, I see it.
It's the biggest market in the world. We the fashion capital